if you don't fit in. Look who's in the reject bin. It's the Raggy Dolls.
Raggy Dolls.
Raggy Dolls.
Raggy Dolls.
Dolls like you and me. Raggy Dolls.
Raggy Dolls.
Raggy Dolls.
Raggy Dolls.
Made him perfectly. So if you got a bump on your nose or lumps on your toes, do not despair. Be like the Raggy Dolls and say I just don't care. 'Cause Raggy Dolls,
Raggy Dolls.
Raggy Dolls
Raggy Dolls.
are happy just to be Raggy Dolls, Raggy Dolls, dolls like you and me.
The Raggy Dolls were cruising the Mediterranean, on honeymoon with Mr. and Mrs. Grimes. And now they were visiting Rome, the ancient and famous city built on 7 hills around the river Tiber. This most historic of places had lots of sights to see, and from the roof rack of the tour bus, the Raggy Dolls were getting a splendid view, even if they did have to hide amongst the luggage. They had been to St. Peter's Square and seen the mighty dome of the church, and just below, the balcony where the Pope comes out and waves. They had marvelled at the paintings of Michelangelo in the Sistine Chapel. They had even managed to climb up the scaffolding where the general public are not allowed to go. Now they looked down from the roof of the bus on the world-famous Trevi Fountain, where for centuries lovers have thrown coins into the water and made a wish. They could see the newlyweds, Mr. and Mrs. Grimes, standing by the water's edge, along with the other tourists.
Oh,
Sighed Princess.
I think Rome is so romantic. Is that where the word comes from?
Asked Lucy.
You know, Rome, Roman, romantic.
Could be, said Dotty. Lots of words we use come from the Roman language. Regardez, mes amis, said Claude. Toujours l'amour, n'est-ce pas? Mr. and Mrs. Grimes were holding hands. They're going to make a wish, stammered Hi-Fi. Poor old Grimesy, chuckled back to front. He hates to part with money. Mr. Grimes tossed a small coin into the fountain.
I wonder what they've wished for,
Said Lucy.
I wish I could get something to eat, moaned Sad-Sack. I'm starving.
Just then, the guide announced they would be moving on to the Colosseum, and the tourists slowly made their way back to the bus. Driving through the streets of Rome, the Raggy Dolls couldn't help noticing all the stray cats. There were cats in doorways, cats on balconies, cats on rooftops, cats in alleyways.
I've never seen so many stray cats,
remarked Dotty. But all Sad-Sack could think about was food.
Oh, what I'd give for a pizza right now, he thought, with all the toppings, mozzarella, pepperoni, green peppers, olives, prawns.
At last, the bus stopped outside the Colosseum, scene of the infamous games of ancient Rome.
Come on, said Dotty. Let's take a look around.
It was easy for the Raggy Dolls to keep out of sight among the old ruins. Soon they found themselves looking down on the great arena. It was very impressive. So, this is where they had all the chariot races, said Back to Front.
And where gladiators fought to death, stuttered Hi-Fi.
Not to mention the throwing of people to the lions, added Claude grimly.
It must have been awful, said Princess. If I'd been Empress, I would not have allowed it. I don't know how they could have been so cruel, said Lucy.
Neither do I, said Dotty. It was strange how such an old place, now almost in ruins, could still stir the imagination. Poor old Sad-Sack, still hungry, stared at the big, round arena, and it began to look more and more like an enormous pizza. And he was standing in the middle of it. Suddenly, mozzarella lions got up and roared. Slices of green pepper joined together again to form a chariot with black olive wheels. Gladiator prawns with pasta shell helmets and pepperoni shields waved their anchovy swords and began to advance on Sadsack. He tried to run, but his feet kept slipping on the tomato.
Oh no, he thought, what's happening?
Then the fiercest of all the prawn gladiators called out.
Hey, you, come here. We need someone to pull our chariot. I can't, moaned Sadsack. My feet keep slipping on the tomato.
I beg your pardon, said Dotty. Sadsack blinked, and instantly the horrible creatures disappeared. What are you talking about?
I saw mozzarella lions and prawn gladiators, babbled Sadsack.
Where? Said Lucy, looking around anxiously.
Down there,
said Sadsack, pointing to the great arena. You've been daydreaming again, said Dotty. Come on, chaps, we don't want to miss the bus. On their way back to the bus, the Raggy Dolls saw even more stray cats, but one of them in particular seemed very upset. Oh, Mamma mia, she wailed. Is something wrong? Asked Dotty. Si, I have lost my bambino. He is molto piccolo. Have you seen him? No, said Dotty. At least I don't think so. What does he look like? His name is Luigi. He's a black with a white face and a white feet. Oh, Mamma mia! What can I do? We'll help you look for him, said Lucy. Perhaps he's only wandered off. He's always wandering off, but never before so far. Oh, Mamma mia! Oh, Luigi! Just wait till I get you home. The Raggy Dolls looked everywhere, but there was no sign of Luigi. All the other stray cats were looking for him too.
Luigi? Hey, Luigi!
Luigi! But no one could find the little kitten, and by now it was definitely time for the Raggy Dolls to leave. I do hope you find him soon, said Lucy. The mother thanked them all for trying anyway, and carried on with her search. The bus was just about to leave when the Raggy Dolls got there. As they began to climb up on the roof rack, Hi-Fi noticed something very small and black and white. Look, he stammered. It's Luigi. Sure enough, down on the pavement, a little black and white kitten was trying to cross a busy street full of traffic. Raggy Dolls to the rescue! Cried Dotty. A speeding moped was hurtling towards the helpless Luigi and was going to squash him, when Back to Front grabbed him just in time. Oh, well done, Back to Front, said Dotty. Thank goodness he's safe, said Lucy. The daring rescue had made the Raggy Dolls miss their bus, but the mother cat and all her relations were so grateful they promised they would help them get back to the boat. But first, they were all invited to dinner at the Black Cat Trattoria and Pizzeria. Angelo, Luigi's uncle, took their orders. Ooh, pizza for me, please, said Dotty. Me too, said Lucy. And me, said Princess. Moi aussi, said Claude. Oh, well, when in Rome, I suppose, said Back to Front. Pizza for me too, please. Everybody ordered pizza, all except one. And for you, Signor Sadsack, said Angelo.
Could I have spaghetti, please? Pizza doesn't seem to agree with me.
Raggy dolls, dolls like you and me. Raggy dolls, made imperfectly. So if you're not at ease with your knobbly knees and your fingers are all funds, stand on your two left feet and join our Raggy Doll chums. 'Cause Raggy dolls are happy just to be Raggy dolls, dolls like you and me.